Okay, folks, we're getting there. Our next inductee is a builder, Wendell MacGibbon, and I'm going to ask committee member Art Timmons to do the induction, please. Art.
I only have 20 pages here. I talked to Wendell this week, and Wendell said, "What goes on there, Art? How does it go?" So I said, "Well, the whole evening kind of has a Newfoundland flavor." I said, "We saved the best bologna till the end." Seriously, though, it's my honor to do the induction for Wendell. And I first of all like to special welcome to Wendell's guest, his son Kyle. Thanks for coming, Kyle. In 2009, the Coal Bowl recognized Wendell MacGibbon as an honorary co-chair. The following are some of the main points of that address, and in addition, my own points based on my relationship with Wendell over the years. Wendell was born, you know this, Wendell was born and raised here in Waterford and has been involved with the game of soccer for over 50 years as a player, as a coach, and as an official. He played soccer in high school and at St. Avex, from where he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree. He also has a Bachelor of Business Administration and a CIM certification from CBU. Now he's coaching. His coaching experience began at the junior high level. Then he moved up to senior high level, where he coached Beck boys for 10 years. Those 10 years included qualifying for provincials every year. In other words, he won the Cape Breton Championship every year he coached. And in those 10 years, they won 3 NSSAF, Nova Scotia School Athletic Federation, District 1 championships for the province. Wendell also coached at the university level for both men's and women's teams. In addition, he also coached at the senior level for men's and women's soccer. At this level, he won provincial and Atlantic designations and had qualified for nationals. In 2001, Wendell was selected to the coaching staff of the Nova Scotia Canada Games men's team. He holds a national coaching certificate class 3 and is a provincial coach instructor. Now, from the official point of view, for the past 30 years, Wendell has been the lead official for Cape Breton soccer scene. He has the top Nova Scotia refereeing license, and he has helped develop manuals for refereeing instruction. He is active in planning and teaching referees clinics throughout Atlantic Canada. He still officiates university soccer, and that requires up-to-date knowledge of the rules of the game, the laws of the game, and also a level of fitness. And he's still refereeing. He's refereed thousands of games, and the number keeps going up because he's still refereeing university soccer. Soccer Nova Scotia, that's the governing body for all the province. It covers minor soccer up to senior soccer. It involves thousands of players and hundreds of teams, hundreds of coaches. These are some of the awards that Soccer Nova Scotia has bestowed on Wendell over the years. In 1982, he was the Youth Soccer Coach of the Year for the province. In 1987, he was the Senior Coach of the Year. In 2002, he received the Cape Breton Sports Heritage Official Award of the Year. And in 2007, he received the Nova Scotia Soccer League Merit Award, which is the highest designation that Soccer Nova Scotia awards. You probably noticed on his collage coming in, there's an excerpt there. When Wendell was in his heyday coaching senior soccer, there was an article, this article caught my eye in the Halifax newspaper by J.I. Albright, and those who know soccer, Halifax is a hotbed of soccer in Nova Scotia because they're a port city and they get quite a few European players in from time to time. Okay, As the JI stated, as the soccer season begins in Nova Scotia, it is never out of season for Wendell MacGibbon. His year-round schedule includes indoor tournaments for the winter, coupled with clinics and classes for coaches, players, and referees of all ages. This is followed by a move outdoors in the spring, summer, and fall. Wendell MacGibbon has coached from the grassroots level to university level and everywhere in between. As a high school coach at Breton Education Center, his teams compiled a record of 93, that's 93 wins, 11 losses, and 13 ties over a 10-year span. At CBU, he coached men's and women's soccer teams. At the senior level, he coached men's and women's soccer teams in the Nova Scotia League, with both groups proven very competitive. Now, here's the sentence that jumped off the page at me, and I took note of it. J.I. finishes by saying, "It would be difficult for me to name anyone as dedicated to their sport as this Waterford native." Now, when you have a Halifax sports reporter writing that about a coach from Waterford, I think that was Wendell must have made a big impression on people. At our nomination meetings in the fall, in October, I gave this one example of why I felt Wendell deserves recognition as a builder. Soccer at the university level requires skill and athleticism over and above high school level. Each year, one or two of our players in the local high schools move up to university level. One particular year, I noted, when St. FX was in the AUS championships, no less than 6 members of that team were all from the Waterford, all players from the Waterford, and all who were coached by Wendell MacGibbon. So he has a great influence on the game of soccer. I'm going to conclude with one final point, and this is the main reason I nominated Wendell as builder. During the 10 years he coached the school teams, I was also coaching. Matter of fact, we had to share the field sometimes because we only had one field. And I got to know Wendell's routine very well. He was at that field almost every evening all summer and well into the fall. He gave freely of his time, and that's why I nominated him as a builder. And so it's my great honor on behalf of our committee to induct Wendell MacGibbon as a builder into the Waterford and District Sports Hall of Fame.
Just a couple of words. I wish to thank you for my induction into this hall, because it's a hallowed hall, as we can tell from the people that are here tonight that have been previous recipients. It was an honor to watch these people through my years as a person growing up. And in some ways, they mentored me because it allowed me to understand what it took for them to get to the highest level. I had very few coaches in my years to look up to. Art was one, obviously, and he led me by playing the game the right way. And my players were guys and girls that understood that there was 3 necessary components to be successful. You had to be mentally strong, physically strong, and technically strong. Well, the first 2 I can take care of, no problem. But the last one required many, many, many trips up to Halifax to understand how teams played, and brought that knowledge back home. And from that, hopefully, these kids grew, and they did grow, because at the end of the day, we won the final game 7 times. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Wendell. Thank you, Art.